Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 8 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 8 and then click on view all lessons. So there you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter 3 dimensional figures. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Let's just start with the chapter that is 3 dimensional figures. Let's just start with the first lesson, part of 3 dimensional figures. Look at this figure. What is the shape of its bases? Pyramids and cones have one base. Cubes, prisms, cylinders have two bases that are parallel and congruent. So the base of this figure is a rectangle. In the rectangular prism shown below, which lines are parallel? Parallel lines are the lines that are at the same plane and never intersect, right? So LM and ON are the parallel lines. Look at this shape. What is the shape of its bases? So the base is square. The correct option is square. Look at this shape. What is the shape of its base? Rectangle it is. The correct option is rectangle. In the rectangular prism shown below, which lines are parallel? Parallel lines are the ones that are in the same plane and never intersect each other. So LM and ON are parallel. The correct option is LM and ON are parallel. Option 1 is the correct option. Look at this shape. What is the shape of its bases? Triangle it is. The correct option is triangle. Look at this figure. What is the shape of its bases? Yes, square it is. The correct option is square. Look at this figure. What is the shape of its bases? Which is the correct option? Yes, triangle it is. The correct option is triangle. Look at this figure. What is the shape of its bases? Rectangle it is. The correct option is rectangle. Look at this figure. What is the shape of its bases? Triangle it is. The correct option is triangle. Look at this figure. What is the shape of its bases? The correct option is square. That is rectangle. Okay, let's just move on to next lesson. Net of three-dimensional figures. Which net will make this figure? So you have to look at the sides. They have one, two octagonal sides here you have, right? So that means the correct option is the one that have here octagonal prism, right? Let's just start with the test questions. You have to see which net will make this figure. Option 1 or 2? Option number 2 is the correct option. Look at this shape, right? This is octagonal correct option. Which figure will make this net? So which is the correct option? Option 1 or option 2? Yes, option number 1 is the correct option. Which figure will make this net? Which net will make this figure? So which is the correct option? That is option number 1 is the correct option. Which figure will make this? Which figure will this net make? Which is the correct option? Yes, that is option number 2 is the correct option. Which net will make this figure? That's option number 2 is the correct option, right? The correct option is option number 1 is the correct option. This figure, which figure they like then this net make the cone? That is option number 2 is the correct option, right? Which figure will this net make? Option number one it is. The correct option is option number one. Which net will make this figure? The correct option is option number one is the correct option. Which figure will this net make? So which is the correct option? The correct option is option number two is the correct option. Okay, the next one is front, side, and back top view. Okay, if you look at this object from the top, what will you see? So when you are looking from the top, you will see this highlighted squares, right? There are one, two, three, four. So this is the one you can see. Let's just start with the test questions. If you look at this object from this side, what will you see? You are looking from this side, so obviously you can see this side. The correct option is option number one. You can see this side, right, with four squares. So option one is the correct option. If you look at this object from the top, what will you see? Option number two is the correct option. When you're looking from the top, you can see this view, right? Two rows with six squares. So option number two is the correct option. If you look at this object from the front, what will you see? Like you are looking from this side, so you can see option number one is the correct option, right? You can see option number one. If you look at this object from the top, what will you see? You can see option number one is the correct option, right? If you look at this object from the side, from the front, what will you see? Which is the correct option? Option number 1 is the correct option, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next one is base plans. What does the object's base plan look like? Okay. Okay, the object where you can see the top like this, right? So label the height of each part like this. You have one, two, three, four, five. So that would be 5 and 5. So the base plan looks like this. You have 5 squares, right? Okay, let's just start with the test questions. What what does the object's base plan looks like? You have one, two, three, four, and you have 2 squares on each. So option number 1 is the correct option, right? Option number 1 is the correct option, right? What does this object's base plan looks like? So which is the correct option? Option number 1 is the correct option, right? What does this object's base plan look like? Which is the correct option? That is option number 1 is option number 2 is the correct option, right? The correct option is option number 2 is the correct option, right? Option number 1 is the correct option. The correct option is option number 2 is the correct option, right? You have one, two, three squares in each row and two in each column. So that would be the second option. The correct option is option number 1 is the correct option, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. That is similar solids. The figures below are similar. What is the G? So both the figures are similar. You need to find the G. So the look at these similar figures and find two pairs of corresponding length. One pair of corresponding length is 10 millimeter and 9 millimeter. Another pair is this one, this side and this side are similar, and this side and this side are similar. So just make a proportion and solve for G, right? That is 10 over 9 equals 10 over G. Just solve this proportion. G also equals 9. Let's just start with the test questions. Okay, so the figures below are similar. What is W? So let's see how do we make. We need to make a proportion. This side and this side are similar. That is 10 over 6. And this side and this side is similar, right? That would be 10 over W. Just solve for W. Cross multiply 10 times W equals 10 times 6 and divide both sides by 10. So you are left with W equals 6. So just look at the logically for this square both sides are exactly same. So this because they are similar, so for this one they both sides the length of the both sides must be same. So for without solving you can say that equals 6, right? The correct option is 6 yards. The figures below are similar. What is k? Okay, let's see how do we find k now. Let's just find the similar side. Just make a ratio, right? This side, this side is similar to this side, that is 10 divided by k, and this side is similar to this, that would be 4 divided by 2. So just do cross multiplication, solve for k, that is 20 equals 4k, divide both sides by 4, so that is k equals 5. The correct option is k equals 5. So you need to make a ratio of the similar sides and then you have to solve. The correct option is 5 millimeter. So the correct option is 7 feet is the correct option. You can make a ratio and solve the question. The correct option is 7 feet. 8 feet it is, not 7, right? The correct option is 8 feet, right? The correct option is 8. 5 centimeter it is. The correct option is 5 centimeter. The correct option is 10 feet. The correct option is 10 centimeter. The figures below are similar. What is Q? The correct option is 2 meters. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So, we were working on grade 8 math. The chapter we were working on is three dimensional figures, and the lessons we have covered today are art of three dimensional figures, nets of three dimensional figures, front, side, and top view, base plans, and similar solids. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we did today. That is your homework until next session, right? So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday 5 to 9, or either you can join me in the interactive session that would be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10. So that's all for today. If you have any questions related to the lesson we have just finished, you can please ask. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. No questions? Okay, then that's all for today.